Is it working now? Is it working now? Y'all can see me. Oh, I guess it's back now. Oh, all right. Let's get back to the show. So, TikTok had banned me, but I had filed an appeal. Y'all, I want y'all to. I had filed an appeal, and I guess I just checked it just to see if they let me come back on, and they let me come back on. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. So, just letting y'all know, I do also have an Instagram, which is under Trey.Allen, Tre.Allyn. Uh, Kitty La Cakes, I had just gotten started really on this live, and TikTok had dropped it. So, you ain't really missing much of nothing. I'm going to go back over it. But I am going to let y'all know, I do have an Instagram, which I can go live on. So I'm going to encourage you all to make sure you guys follow my Instagram, because going forward, I may need to start doing my lives on Instagram. So, yeah, I may need to start doing my lives on my Instagram instead of TikTok, because I'm not sure what I'm even doing here to make TikTok continuously ban me like this. But, yeah. Not on the ground. Please make sure y'all get Instagram. I don't know how to pin anything on here once it's already done. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give it just a minute, because 2:48 right now. I'm gonna start at 2:50, I guess. To get started back on, my Instagram name is Trey, Tre.Allen, Allyn. That's my Instagram, and it has my picture that y'all see up here. That it has that same picture on my Instagram. So make sure y'all do that, because I may need to start doing that going forward from Instagram instead of from TikTok. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do if TikTok continues to just bans all my videos and stuff. I've gotten this is like my third banning, or well, since Wednesday. This is like a third or fourth time that I've gotten a video banned from TikTok. And so yeah, I'm sorry. I'm back. I'm about to go ahead and get started in 1 minute. Yes, Honey Buns 90. It's good to see y'all again. Good to see y'all again. Sorry about that. TikTok had just dropped the video, and they said that I was banned. So I had to file an appeal to get back on here. So yeah, we're going to get started in just a minute. Yeah, Princess Ty, you're going to watch it from the beginning, and I guess I'm going to have to choose my words extra carefully now, because of how TikTok is, whatever. Pretty Eyes, Hazel Eyes, they said that I was talking about doing it, so I guess that was it. And I don't know, y'all. But anyway, all right, y'all. It is 2:50. I am sorry that the initial video had stopped. That was TikTok. Let me go ahead and jump back into it. I'm gonna start over, and I'm gonna be extra careful with what I say, because I don't want to get banned again. But just make sure you guys, if you haven't already, follow my Instagram. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't do much on there, but I am going to have to start picking back up on Instagram. And I am most likely probably going to start doing my lives from Instagram going forward. We'll see. But my Instagram is Trey.Allen, Tre.Allyn. Make sure you follow that at some point in time. But let's go ahead and get back into it. It is 2:51. Okay. So today we're going to talk about Clifford Orji. Clifford Orji. I'm starting back over. Unfortunately, I have to, just because TikTok, stopped this. So I'm going to start back over. We're going to talk about Clifford Orji. Oh, and by the way, before I get started, make sure you guys do like this thing. The likes do help me out, and share it if you possibly can. Awualaw Nicole, his name is Orji. Orji. Clifford Orji. Y'all see the man right there? Bums. So today, and if you guys are just jumping in, I'm going to let you guys know today's story is dealing with cannibalism. There are some elements of other spiritualities that's going to be into today's story. Stop saying his last name. I hope they don't say anything because it's literally his name. It's an African name. I hope they don't get mad about that. Clifford. Clifford. We're gonna talk about Clifford. Clifford, Clifford, Clifford. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, y'all. Y'all ready for me to jump back up in here? Cause Shauna Harrison, yes, just about every Sunday. Clifford O. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into this. For those of y'all who are just getting here, once again, we're talking about today's story has elements of cannibalism and other things into it. So if you don't want to hear it, jump out. But let's go ahead and jump back into it. So Clifford was from the Enugu state in South Nigeria. That's where he was actually originally from. But later on in life, he did move on to Lagos, which you guys did inform me is pronounced Lagos instead of Lagos. But Lagos is beautiful. Has anybody ever been to Lagos? Anyone of y'all have ever been to Lagos before? I need to know. Mia, you have. It's beautiful from what I've seen, like the pictures and everything. It looks like it's beautiful as a mug out there in Lagos. But yeah, he's from Lagos. Ain't that what I'm saying? Lagos? 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 Okay. But in either case, he moved to Lagos, and that's where he started selling razor. He became a razor salesman. Now, like I kind of went over earlier, in America, we don't have like razor salesmen. We have like knife salesmen. So I'm assuming he was selling knives instead of Lagos. Is it Lagos? Lagos? Well, he was selling like knives instead of an actual razor, because razors over here is like the razors for the face. So I'm assuming that's what it was. But he was selling razors, and what I'm going to assume is that he had some sort of mental breakdown. Sometime during his lifetime, he was like, you know what, fuck this. I don't want to sell razors anymore. So he dropped everything and he went to live under a bridge. Y'all see these pictures of the bridge? This and this up here, y'all see those two pictures? Can y'all see those pictures right there? Yeah, the man was living under the bridge like a doggone troll. He was just under there just, doing what it do. Doing what it do. And he loved it. He absolutely loved it. Now, also, one thing about him, I'm going to tell you a few things about Clifford. One thing, when Clifford stopped selling razors or knives or whatever it was and, went to live under the bridge, become a troll, he also became a self-proclaimed shaman. Now, a shaman is like a village healer or someone who can do like certain type of rituals and one like a spiritual leader in certain places and certain villages. So that's kind of what he was. And he practiced a lot of like money magic and healing magic. Money magic and healing magic. Now, I'm sure if you know anything about those type of rituals in Africa, you kind of know where I'm going with this, because this is like my second time I've heard about money magic. And I've done another African story, and there was a guy who did money magic, so you kind of understand where it's going. But for those of y'all who do not know, we're going to get there. But yeah, so he did a whole lot of money magic and healing magic. And he actually, kind of got some notoriety about it. So a lot of people who knew him or knew of him, they said that his reputation kind of got famous. Rarely a day would go by before you would see somebody in a really nice car. Some of the cars that they mentioned was like BMWs, Mercedes, and even Lincolns that would come and they would stop right at the overpass to come and visit Clifford. Now, they was coming to visit him so they can get Clifford to do some sort of ritual on the man. Ritual on them and most of the time it was money magic from the information that I was able to see. He was doing a whole lot of money magic on these for these people. He was doing healing spells or healing rituals as well. And that's kind of what he did. So he was a self-proclaimed shaman. He had a nice clientele. They would, buy his services or exchange things for him to do stuff for them. Now, another thing about Clifford that people knew is Clifford loved to barbecue. Clifford loved to barbecue. Now, people would say, just about every night he was barbecuing at his little hole under the bridge. He was down there, was barbecuing some type of meats. I'm not sure, how good he was at it, but they said he could put barbecue all the doggone time. Now, I also saw some results. Thank you, Shauna, for that heart. And thank y'all for liking. We had 13,000 likes already. Let's keep it going. My goal is to get 100,000 likes. And I know we kind of backtracked from the earlier live, but just tap that screen, and we'll get there in no time. I appreciate you. I really do. But now, I saw so my research kind of came across that he used to, give barbecue to some people that knew him, just share it with some of his friends and whatever. But he loved to barbecue. So there's two things we know about him so far. He's a shaman and he loved to barbecue. Now, another thing about Clifford is Clifford actually had a really good friend. The friend that he had was Tahiru Aliyu. Now, Tahiru was another bomb. As I said earlier, Clifford was a bomb. He was a troll because he wanted to be a bomb. He wanted to be a troll. He left his life to live under a bridge. And once I believe it was because of like a mental breakdown, but he still chose to do it. Now, Tahiru, I'm not sure why Tahiru. Thank y'all for those confetti and thank you for the hearts. Thank y'all. We're at 20,000. Let's keep it going. Tahiru, I'm not sure what his deal was. He was a bum. I don't know if it was on choice. I don't know if it was like circumstances, but Tahiru also lived in the shack and he lived close by. So everybody that knew of Clifford, they knew of Tahiru because they was like Ace Boon Coon. You was very rarely going to find one without the other. Okay, so we know that about Clifford. Another thing to learn about Clifford is Clifford was very protective of his shack that he stayed at. Y'all see these pictures, right? Where he stayed at. Clifford was very, very protective of his shack. He would do this thing where if he saw people coming towards like his dwelling or his domain, if he saw people coming towards it, he would act crazy to get people to leave. He'd be like, running around. He'd be screaming. He would run out naked. He would run towards people and like just act crazy and stuff. And that would be like, people like, let's not go there. And this allowed him to keep his privacy at his dwelling under the bridge, which I don't know why too many people try to go under the bridge anyways, but that's kind of what he did. And he called his dwelling, his little lair under the bridge, Clifford's Kitchen. Okay? Clifford's Kitchen. So we know now, before we get into the main story on everything, we know that he used to sell razors. He left his life to become a shaman and live under a bridge. Because of his shaman works, he was well known within the communities for his works, and people would come to him to do money magic and healing magic. He had a best friend named Tahiru. He loved to barbecue. And the last thing, what's up, Watch Me Work? Watch Me Work, how you doing down up in there? Man, look, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just breaking Watch Me Work, Tony. So this is my second time jumping on this live because TikTok had banned me the first time and I had to do an appeal and they let me come back on here. So, yeah, this is my second time in an hour coming on here. But anyway, the last thing that I need to tell you about Tahiru. Now, I got to watch my words when I tell you this time. Because this is the part where TikTok banned me on the last go. Okay? But Clifford had a way with the ladies. Ladies found him attractive. Okay? They liked him. He had this special move that he would do to the ladies that would just make them more attracted to him. Let me tell you that. I'm going to show y'all what this move is. All right? And I'm going to tell y'all, I need y'all to tell me, women, do you find this attractive? So, this is the lady's head, back of your head right here. Hey girl, how you doing? He would blow on their foreheads, and he said when he blew on their foreheads, women they just wanted him. All right. Now, when I was reading this, knowing what I know, I'm sitting there like, okay, it could be because I've heard people doing stuff like I've heard about the bloody spaghetti. I've heard about I have an African friend girl. She was joking with me, I think. Because she had told me one time, she was like, "Don't make me send your picture to my African grandma." And so like, oh, thank you for the glasses. So like, thank you for the glasses. But she was like, don't make me send a picture to my African grandma. So I'm like, hold up. I'm like, hold up. I'm done. We're doing it like that. But yeah, ladies, if a man walks and blows on your forehead, you might want to pray. You might want to get some holy water. You might want to not do that. You might want to stay away from the guy. But apparently he would do this, and he said the women they would become enticed, and then they would spend a fun night together. And that's as far as I'm gonna say on it. Okay, y'all catch my drift? Y'all catch my drift? Thank y'all for them hearts. All right. So yeah, and I'm sorry I can't tell you any more on that because this is the word TikTok banned me on the last live. So I'm just letting y'all know. Yeah, Darlisha, I just got back on, and this is exactly where I kicked off the last time. So yeah, he had a way with the ladies. He didn't have any problem getting women. So now let's move on a little bit. Now, what did I tell you was his profession now? What was he a self-proclaimed? He was a self-proclaimed what? Who was paying attention? He was a self-proclaimed what? Who's gonna give me the right answer? Right, let me see. Who paying attention down up in here? Brad Mercury, yes, a self-proclaimed shaman. He was a healer. He was the spiritual man, the voodoo priest. He was all of that. He was a self-proclaimed shaman for his village. Because of this, he did a lot of rituals. And this required him to have some sort of materials to do his stuff. So he says, anywhere between 3 to 10 people that was working for him that would help gather his materials, get people together, yada, 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 yada. One of those people that helped him was his best friend, Tahiru Aliyu. So, his friend, and then anywhere between 3 to 10 other people that was helping him get all this stuff together. So, that's kind of what it was. It's kind of what it was. Y'all, we at 46,000 likes. My goal is to hit 100,000. Tap the screen. Let me get to 100,000 likes. That's what I'm asking for you today. That's the goal. I appreciate all of y'all. Just tap the screen. Give me some likes. So they would help him get all this stuff together. So when these rich people would come through and they would ask for, this or that or the third of him do these rituals, he would have his materials. He would get his people together to get this stuff together. And on top of that, if he had extra materials left over, he would also share this extra materials with his workers. Okay? So if he needed something to do a ritual, if he needed specific items to do his ritual, they would get it for him. And once he was done with his ritual, he would sometimes send some of that material off with the people that employed him. And then he would share this mystery material with the people who helped him gather the materials. Thank you, Letitia, for over 30. What are those heart things? Thank you. I appreciate it. And yeah, we already at almost 60,000 likes. This is good. All right. So keep all that in mind, y'all. Keep all this in mind. Because we're about to get to the brunt of this story. Okay? We're about to get to the brunt of this story. So like y'all know, every time I tell you, when we get to the brunt, what we gonna do? Every time we get to the meat of the story, what I tell y'all to do? Y'all ain't paying no attention. Drink. Thank you, Jessica. Jessica, you a real dang 83. Ooh, goodness. Thank you. Thank you for all those hearts. Take a sip. Go ahead and take a sip, y'all, because we're about to go ahead and get into the meat. We about to go ahead and get into the meat of this doggone story, and it's about to get brutal. It's gonna be a little graphic. I'm gonna watch my words because I don't want TikTok playing with me. But go ahead and take a sip. Woo! All right. So one day, this is late January, early February of 1999. Late January, early February of 1999. Clifford O, if you want to know his last name, I'm not going to say it because, TikTok acting funny. It's on the thing. Clifford met this woman. Her name was, and I hope I pronounce this right, Awualaw. Awualawal. Alright? Awualaw. That's what, thank you. This ain't Texas. He met Awualaw. Now, Awualaw was one of the other women. He met her. He liked her. He thought she was cute. Thought she was pretty. He was like, some. So he got her. He did his move. Come on, man, girl. And she followed him according to him. Oh, I thought the thing has jumped on me again. She followed him back to his troll bridge. All right? Once they got to the troll bridge, as all the other encounters, they had a fun time. And then, now Awualaw was on this bridge. She's under the bridge. I can't even imagine saying it with a straight, ladies, under a bridge. After she's under the bridge, right? And they whatever. All of a sudden, Awualaw, she's feeling different. She's like, so what the fuck is going on? Nigga, what's going on? Why do you release me? That's what she's, probably thinking, whatever going on. Going, release me, nigga. This man jumped on her. He jumped on her. He tied her up. He became abusive towards her. And he tied her up. He held her captive under this bridge. So now Awualaw, that's her name. Awualaw, now she's sitting there tied up under a troll bridge. Trying to figure out, what the fuck is going on? What happened? What's going on, bruh? And he's like, he tells her at that point in time that she was going to be a part of his next ritual. A part of his next ritual. Also, not only was she going to be a part of his next ritual, he was going to eat her. And not in the good way. So, I know a lot of y'all have probably already picked this up right now, but this man is a cannibal. He's a cannibal shaman. Dang, Tony, thank you. Watch me work. Thank you for the TikTok, man. I appreciate that. This man is right there, right? And he's like, I'm gonna eat you up. And I couldn't include the other pictures because the other pictures are really, really graphic. They real doggone graphic. But now she under the bridge freaking out. Under the bridge freaking out. Everything is like, what's going on? She on the bridge. Now, this part isn't quite explained, but I believe for a time after he had tied her up that he took her to his friend Tahiru's house. Now, here's the reason why I believe that he took her to Tahiru's house. Tahiru, well, his shack, because it wasn't a house. He was homeless too. But Tahiru had a certain little development in his shack that he stayed. Thank y'all for the likes, y'all. We had 95,000 likes. Come on, we only got a few more to go. Let's go ahead and keep it going. So, Tahiru had this he had this structure at his shack, inside of his shack. Okay? This structure that Tahiru had, hold on, let me go back and make sure I find the right thing right here. It was a 3-meter hole. 3-meter hole. And that not wide, deep. A 3-meter deep hole, which in feet, that's like 14 feet. It's like right under 14, right around 14 feet in an American conversion. Yo, come to find out, this hole that Tahiru is his best friend, his ace boon coon. This hole that Tahiru had in his shack, when they found victims, they would push their asses in the hole and keep them there until it was time for them, for their participation in the rituals that this man was doing. Yo, we got the 100,000 likes. We had one on, I didn't even catch it. Hey, turn it up. Turn it up. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I appreciate all y'all. Thank you. I appreciate y'all for the likes. We had 108,000. Like, it's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. And we're just halfway through the story. Like, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all so much for all that. I really do. All right. Back to the story. Oh, yeah. Let me drink. Woo. All right. Okay. So, Tahiru had a hole in his shack that he used to keep all the victims until it was their time to participate inside of the rituals and the ceremonies that were to come. One of these big ceremonies that they did was money rituals. Now, y'all, money rituals. This is the second time I've come across money rituals as it pertains to certain subcultures in some parts of Africa. So when I looked into money rituals, the first time I came about it, I don't know if y'all remember, these people had left the body under some rocks and they left the maggots there and they said it was part of a money ritual. Y'all, money rituals require human sacrifice. They was decapitating people and giving the heads, either they was doing one or two things with the heads. They were even giving the heads to the clients so the clients could take the heads home and eat it, or they would eat the heads themselves. So with that being said, a lot, when we get down, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Let me scale back. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So Awualaw, like I said, I believe she was actually taken to Tahiru's shack and she was pushed into that hole and she was held there for several days, possibly up to a week, until it was her time for the ritual to begin. By the time it got to her, it was February the 3rd of 1999. February the 3rd, 1999. Awualaw was taken back under the bridge. She was emaciated. She was dirty. She was slightly beaten. And of course, they had taken advantage of her in that way. Y'all know what I'm saying? And so, you know, this girl is in bad shape. She's in really bad shape. While they take her to under the bridge, they tie her up, tie her down, whatever they're tying her, tied her to. Y'all, now I'm using a little bit of some context clues because there actually isn't a whole lot of definitive information as it comes to this case. So I'm piecing together, using my brain here. When she got to the cave, when she got to the bridge, under the bridge, he started the ritual on her. The rituals require that this is done on someone who is alive. So, knowing what we know now, this woman starts screaming her head off. Okay? She's under that bridge screaming. And this was late at night. But by the grace of God, somebody happened to be walking past the bridge. It was a couple people that had been walking past the bridge, and they heard this girl screaming. She had some pipes on her. So when they're hearing her scream under the bridge, because this ceremony has to be done while the person is alive. So they're inside this little, they're under this bridge. As y'all can see, it looks like sewage and all type of crap going on. She's under there screaming while he's performing this ritual on her. Oh, hold on. Shit. He's in there. Hold on just a sec. There we go. One of my lights on. He's in there. She's in there screaming while he's performing this ritual on her alive. All right. So these people are hearing this screaming. They're like, what the hell is going on? What do we going on? So they go under the bridge. Oh shit. They go under the bridge, and when they get under the bridge, they find. When they get under there, they don't even find Awualaw first. Clifford sees them coming into the bridge, right? He sees them coming under the bridge. And so he's like, oh, shoot, I gotta get the hell out of here. So when he sees he's surrounded on all sides, Clifford takes off. He takes off. And now seeing the people, they heard a woman screaming, but they're seeing a man running. They knew that it wasn't Clifford that was screaming because he's running. So it's now a crowd of people that was surrounding him. They go and chase this man down. This man he running now. He running. Clifford running through the streets, but they find him, they chase him down, and they finally tackle this man to the ground, right? When they tackle him to the ground, they're sitting there wondering like, yo, what was this? What's going on? What's happening? What's this? This, that, and the third, yada, 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 hooda, hada, hooda. Clifford ain't telling them shit. He like, no, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They restrain him and they drag him back to the bridge, under the bridge where he was. Y'all, when they got to under the bridge, that's when they found Awualaw. All right, she's alive. She is alive. All right, barely. And because of this, and we're going to get into it, this is why, it is heavily believed, just off the context clues of the articles, that he had already started the ritual on her. They found her, they said she was covered in filth. She was extremely emaciated. They hadn't been feeding this woman. She was, like I said, she was abused. She was damaged really, really bad, but she was alive. Now, when they realized that there was a woman under this bridge, because they didn't see her the first time. They only saw her when they brought him back to the bridge. When they realized this, they jumped on him. They wore that nigga out. Wore his ass out. Y'all, somebody call the police. So they call police or whatever what the number is over there in Nigeria. They call the police over there like, hey, this man got a girl up in the bridge, bruh. And, you need to come on over here. While they on the phone calling the police, the crowd is tearing that ass up. I'm not going to even go into it because TikTok is funny. Y'all know this. So they was doing what it do. They did this continuously until the police showed up. They did not stop until the police pulled up in that bitch and made them stop. Okay? Y'all, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The police, they got poor Awualaw, and because he was in the middle of doing their ritual on her, they took her to the hospital. Unfortunately, a couple days later, they took him to the hospital and then they detained Clifford over here. But unfortunately, a couple days later, Awualaw died. So, now that Awualaw is dead, and because of what he was doing to her, the hospital, they couldn't save her. The crew, they were like, oh, fuck it up. Now, remember, who did I say when you saw Clifford, who was always with him? Who did I tell you was that? Who did I say was always with Clifford? Nicky Nicole, you got it right. His homeboy, his friend, Tahiru. So when the crowd found out that Wabu had died because of what he was doing, they was like, oh, we about to fuck that other nigga up too. They went to Tahiru's shack, tore the whole thing down, whooped his ass, and that's when they found that hole inside of Tahiru's shack that they found out was where they kept their victims until it was time to use them. Yo. So now, I haven't really told y'all the brunt of everything. I haven't told y'all the brunt. The story as a progressive story is now over. They got the guy, and the girl that he was getting ready to do one of those money rituals or healing rituals. I believe it was a money ritual. But the girl that was going to do the money ritual on, she's gone. They tore down, everything he had and tore down his friend's shack. But now, they're getting to the confessions part, right? And they're asking, they're trying to figure out, like, okay, like, what's going on? This man said he has been eating nothing but people for 7 years. For 7 years. For 7 years. This man has been eating niggas for 7 years. All them barbecues that this man was having. Ooh, thank y'all for the bunny ears. Y'all, all them barbecues that he was having was human meat. It was human meat. How? How were you eating people for 7 years and no one... Well, keep in mind, when everyone was coming... When anybody got close to his shack, he was acting like he was crazy, so nobody came to his shack. But you was eating people for 7 years? So, the barbecues that he was having was all human. They went inside his shack. Hold on. What they find inside this man's shack? Inside of, not his shack, but under his bridge where he stayed, y'all. I would evaporate if I knew I went to one of his barbecues. First off, I ain't going to no homeless person's barbecue. No way. Nothing against homeless people. We need better policies to protect homeless people. But I'm not eating nothing a homeless person prepares for me. Period. So, like, when they went when they went under the bridge where he was keeping Awualaw, y'all, the stuff they found underneath this bridge was crazy. They found skulls. They found legs. Legs. Oh, maybe I shoot this leg. Oh, leg. They found hands, feet. They found freshly cooked human meat. Freshly cooked. Meaning it was meat that was cooked recently. What I'm betting that meat was probably either Awualaw. Like I said, she didn't survive. She died a couple days later at the hospital. So that meat that they found on that grill was probably Awualaw, or it was some girl that they had right before her. If you go and search, and do your research on the story, the same website that has these pictures, there are a lot of other pictures that I was not going to include. But because like I said, Africa, y'all show pictures of everything. America, we can't get those pictures readily. Like, if you just go to a random website, those pictures ain't available. You got to go to, like, obscure places to find them. In Africa, they just put them pictures up out there. Because, inside, there was a picture that they showed where somebody was standing. It was somebody, part of the crowd. Y'all see this crowd here, right? Y'all see this crowd? Y'all see this crowd that had gathered by the thing? Y'all see this? All right. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you. And thank you, Candy Lislick. So, in the same place that I found these pictures here, there was another picture, right? Inside this picture, there was a dude. Oh, shoot. There was this dude. He was standing in a box. He was holding up, there was a crate that had a decomposing body on it. He was surrounded, the box was full of skulls. Full of it. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell? This man has been eating people for 7 years, y'all, exclusively. Y'all know how crazy that is? You not know how crazy that is? So then, they figure out all this stuff. They also found, let me tell you this, outside of the body parts, they also found a chick for 80,000 naira. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Naira. Now, when I did a conversion to America, because we don't know what naira is, and I'm thinking 80,000, like, wow, that's gonna be a lot of money, right? Well, maybe it's a lot of money in Nigeria. In America, y'all, it's like $55. And I was like, huh? But yeah, they found a chick, and and I'll say this to say because it was made to seem like it was a ton of money, which over there it is a ton of money. I'm assuming it's a ton of money, but in America, our dollar is fucked up. So yeah, it's like 55 American dollars, but it was like, yeah, I did the conversion thing, and it was from 80,000 naira to it was like $55. But yeah, so they found a chick for 80,000 naira. They also found a mobile phone and a SIM card. Well, a mobile SIM card. Now, keep in mind, at that point in time, cell phones were not as popular because this was 1999. It ain't even the year 2000 yet. So cell phones were not popular, not that popular. It was only reserved for the rich. So for him to have a cell phone and a SIM card up there, somebody with money gave it to him. Rolling back to all of his clients that were showing up in those nice cars. Yo, the people that were showing up to do those money rituals, he was sending them away with their heads. So outside of this box, from the information that was given, the box that had all those skulls in it, those were the people that he ate. He ate all of them. A lot of these human remains that was found left over did not have heads. And the reason for this, or their reasoning behind this, was because he was giving those heads to the people who he was doing those money rituals for. And from the money rituals that I read about, it required that they eat the meat from the head. So he was giving them their heads. I don't know if he was barbecuing the heads there and then giving it to them to take home, or if he was just giving them a head and they would take it. Yo, how do you do that? How? What the hell? How can you eat a human at that? But yo, what's his name? Because I missed the part of the story. His name is Clifford, and his last name is Orji. Clifford, Orji. But yeah, so he was the man was giving up. Yo, he was. How do you do this? How? I don't think I could. I know. I don't know. We talked about this before, and I did say I would eat a rib, but that was if I had to. I couldn't do a head. And I wouldn't do it for no money ritual. It was. I don't know. Stop. Let me stop talking. So anyway, so the police. The police, when they found out about this, they were like, oh snap. Oh, and they also found some underwear inside this. They started talking to him, like, oh snap. So you've been eating people for 7 years and doing these money rituals and giving these heads. First of all, he would not give the name of the people that he was giving the heads to. The people so them rich people over there, they got them heads, they just not found out they was doing it, and they believed that they were getting rich or remaining rich or attaining money by eating the heads of his victims. And so he did tell the police, he was like, well, there was like anywhere between 3 to 10 people that worked for me at all time to help him traffic his victims to get over there. So that whole story about him blowing on the foreheads, I'm a little on the fence about, because if that worked so well for you, why did you need 3 to 10 people to help you get your victims? But yeah, this dude was running a whole barbecue shop underneath a bridge, and it was all people. It was all people. He was barbecuing people. And so, all right, let me keep going. Clifford also claimed, after he claimed that he had been eating people exclusively just about for 7 years, he literally quoted, he said, "I have been eating people for 7 years. It is our culture to eat meat." Specifically, he said, "I have been eating people for 7 years since moving to Lagos. It is our culture to eat meat." Who culture that is? Who culture that is? Who culture that is? Release me. You know, I saw some a girl from Africa saying that, and I have to say that now. Release me. What do you mean? Release me. Thank you, Zombie. Zombie, for those heart clouds. Thank y'all. Who's from Nigeria? Anyone of y'all from Nigeria? Point them out. Which one of y'all from Nigeria right now? Bun me. Is that part of your culture? I need you to answer me. Answer me, bun me. Bun me. Bun me. All right, now I see somebody. All right, good. I was just making sure. I don't need to be out there. You know, if I ever come to, where y'all at? Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoes. Like what? I need to stay away. But okay. I was just making sure. That's what he said. I was just making sure because I ain't wanna. I don't know. But yeah, in December the 7th of 2000, so the next year, he was convicted of murder. And he was sentenced to the Kirikiri prison, Kirikiri prison is Nigeria's only supermax prison. So that's good. He was sent there. Now, after he sat there at the Kirikiri prison, he was saying that he had. Remember, I told you I believe he had a mental break. The reason why he had left his job to live under a bridge, I believe he had a mental break. Because when he went to the Kirikiri prison in Africa, in the United States too, so I'm assuming maybe in most parts of the world, they cannot and will not prosecute you if you are deemed mentally unstable or incompetent to stand trial. So he sat there in that damn prison to 2012. Now in 2012, after 12 years at the Kirikiri prison, he finally got up there. He filed a lawsuit. He filed a lawsuit with the Attorney General out there. He was like, please, why do you do this to me? I have been sitting here for 12 years. 12 years. And I not go to court. I not go to trial. I do nothing. I do nothing and I spit on your grave. This is what he's telling these people out there. He was like, I've been sitting there for 12 years, my nigga. And y'all ain't gave me a trial date. And the court, the Attorney General out there, they sit there and tell them, like, well, we can't prosecute you right now. We can't send you to trial because you crazy. You crazy. Y'all know that little eliminate, all right? How she looked at them. Like, you crazy, my nigga. You ain't going to court right now. And they never could clear this man